Hello, everybody. Welcome to the JD Theory. Today, doing something a little different. We did the Soundcloud rapper tier list. So, today, I'm thinking we do a Soundcloud rapper bracket. Who would I pick? Now, there was no great default brackets, but there is best rapper, new school. I imagine this is going to be what we're looking for. So, let's get into it. Lil Yachty versus Sway Lee. I mean, this one's pretty obvious, right? I mean, Ray Shrimmered were dope for a time. And that's about it for a time. Lil Yachty, still dope. Over the last 10 years, been dope. Don't get me wrong, there's moments where Yachty has not been amazing, but he's reinvented himself in a great way. 6 Lack and Cardi B. I don't really like either of these artists, but I'll go 6 Lack. Cardi or Joyner Lucas. Comedy. It's Cardi. Ooh. First round matchup. Trippie Redd versus X. This is messed up. Wow, we're not even 2 minutes into this video and somebody big is gonna fall, but I'm taking Trippie Redd and I'll tell you why. We got so much more music. And even though Trippie's most recent endeavors have not been amazing, he had a pretty great run, and I'm not going to take that away from him. I enjoy Trippie. Even his older stuff, I go back to way more than I go back to X. So Trippie. Post Malone versus Lil Peep. Now, if you were to tell me Post Malone is the better artist, you would have no pushback from me. I actually loved his country album last year. That was probably a top 10 most listened to albums of last year for me. The F1 Trillion. Just goes hard in the car. But I gotta go Peep. That is my foundation of what I loved at that time. And even though I don't go back to Peep too much anymore, when I do find myself in that phase, nobody hits like him. Thug versus Baby. Now, I saw Lil Baby live this year. Caught him at Barclays. NLE Chapel was supposed to open, but he no-showed, and we got Rob 49. And an hour-long DJ set to compensate. Show was aight. Baby was good, but the whole concert was kind of a mess. But overall, I really just went to that concert with a friend. I'm not like the biggest Lil Baby fan. I much prefer most of Young Thug's work. So I'm going Thug. Savage versus Polo G. You know, Polo G never really hit for me. Savage neither. But I think he's done more in his career to warrant moving to the next round over Polo G. He's proven himself more. Polo G, he's got some great songs, but YB and Amir versus Blueface, both of these guys suck. But at least Blueface was entertaining, mad fun. YB and Amir just can't rap. I'll take Blueface. Uzi. Now, I will say, I've been listening to more NBA YoungBoy than ever. Love the new album Massa. Even though it's retardedly long, this album did not need to be 30 tracks. Still a lot of great cuts on there. Probably the best thing he's done in a long time. Uzi, I know a lot of people don't like what he's been doing lately, but I like everything he's ever done. Honest to God. Except, I Want It That Way. That's like the one Uzi song, never will like it. But overall, this isn't even close for me. Uzi. A Boogie versus Kid Laroi. Kid Laroi started hitting for me around a year or 2 years ago. I think he's really upped his game. What was that last album? Had Nights Like This on it. Girls just wanna have fun. Dude, Kid Laroi's been on one. And A Boogie kind of fell off. His last album was really bloated and didn't really have any like standout tracks. All the tracks that stood out he put on an EP before the album. But Body with Cash Cobain was dope. Alright? And overall, A Boogie's got way better stuff than Kid Laroi in the grand scheme of it. So I'm going Boogie. We got Gunna versus Denzel Curry. I've been listening to a lot of Gunna recently. A lot of Gunna. The last one, his most recent album, every song is pretty damn good. Who tryna fuck tonight? Ooh. Also, what's the song with Offset, man? That's a great song. What They Thinkin', another banger. Dude, this new Gunna album is crazy. I'm saying all of this just to say, there's no way he goes past Denzel Curry. I'm sorry. I have the vinyl for Imperial hanging on my wall right now. I love Denzel. Lil Durk versus Tay-K. Now, probably the last 7 years I would have said Tay-K, but miraculously in 2025 I think I've discovered enough Lil Durk that I enjoy thoroughly to outweigh Tay-K's extremely short discography. Now, if we were talking purely on ratio of how many great songs to bad songs, Tay-K only has bangers, alright? So he's batting 100. But the select amount of Durk songs I mess with, they speak to me more. And I'll say this, I'm not going to go back to those Tay-K songs unless I'm driving around and I feel really ignorant. Then I'll bump some Tay-K. But that's rare for me these days. I'm going with Lil Durk. We got Offset versus Nav. Now, Offset has been on a run. I didn't get around to his newest album yet, but the one he dropped last year that had that Don Toliver feature, it was like an explosion and he was falling from the sky. That was a solid album. I haven't gotten around to the newest one. I did hear the Bodies song with Benny X and JID, comedy. But dude, Nav, those first two mixtapes, the self-titled Nav mixtape and Perfect Timing with Metro, Offset has never released anything that could touch those projects. Not even with the Migos. Sorry. I know on the internet, Culture is a very protected album, but I never even liked it that much from the get-go. I've never been super hot on the Migos. I just don't think they're very creative. I think they're just pretty good at rapping and started the triplet flow, but they've never done anything that's like, oh wow, these guys are very creative. And whether you like Nav or not, the dude undoubtedly like has an artistic expression, you know? Go Nav. Pop Smoke versus DaBaby. These are both guys I can't really listen too much to anymore. Pop Smoke, got so overplayed, bro. My love for drill music probably died like shortly after Pop Smoke, because then we got Dusty Locane. Just the drill never stopped. It still hasn't stopped. If you hear a car going by playing loud music, chances are it's going to be Brooklyn drill. Which I'm like, get me out of this. I preferred the sound of New York before the drill wave. Bring me back to Jay Critch, A Boogie, Lil TJ. Come on. But yeah, DaBaby, he's got a lot of great songs like Dispatch with Young Nudie. Oh man, Babysitter with Offset. I think I gotta go Pop Smoke though, just because I've never listened to a full DaBaby album. He's never caught my attention like that. I've listened to all of Pop Smoke's albums, except for the second posthumous one. I pick and chose songs, but maybe I'll give it a full listen. But yeah, Pop Smoke. Tyler, the Creator, A$AP Rocky. This could go back and forth at different points in my life. Man, this is tough. Recently, I'm leaning more towards Rocky. There were years I was leaning more towards Tyler. There were years before that I was leaning more towards Rocky. Oh, man. I just think Rocky's artistic sensibilities speak more to what I seek out from a rapper. I like that he plays with these psychedelic sounds. I like his influence from Soundcloud rap while still rapping. I think that mixing that dirty South with that New York street with the psychedelics, that does it for me. And Rocky has found such a great formula. Man, Testing, what an album. People were trying to clown on Testing. I remember just taking walks when I was younger, like throwing on my headphones. Maybe I'd have a skateboard, just listening to Testing, bro. And that album, I think is it better than anything Tyler has done? I don't know. I used to really love Flower Boy. I actually have that on vinyl. But I'm gonna go Rocky. I just feel that more. Lil TJ or Lil Tecca. 1 second. I need to blow my nose. 1 second. Dude, this is hard because TJ has been hitting for me so much recently. But I think I prefer Tecca overall. But man, I've been listening to True to Myself, that first TJ album, so much lately. So good. Ruthless, Brothers, Leaked, the remix with Wayne. Come on, man. GOAT, FN. Oh, that whole album, man. But Tekka's reinvented himself in such a way. He's still exciting. Ton of great songs. Man. You know what? I think I'm gonna go Lil TJ, bro. I mean, shout out to both of these guys. Both New York rappers. But right now, just right now, TJ is speaking to me more. All right, second round of the first half. Lil Yachty versus 6 Lack. I'm going Yachty, bro. Cardi versus Trippy. This is messed up. This is really messed up. There's been points in my life where both of these guys have been my favorite artist. They've probably been my Spotify number one. Oh, man. This is so rough. See, when I have two artists like this who I've digested their music a million times over in any scenario, every single song processed, there's no further digging. Even when it comes to leaks, bro, I'm on top of these guys. All in all, oh, man. Choosing Cardi feels right, but just, I think I listen to more Trippy. I really do. I think I gotta go with Trippy Red. I really think I listen to more Trippy. Damn, that hurt. Peep versus Thug. You guys are gonna call me sacrilegious. This is probably where some people just stop watching. Peep hits different for me, bro. Like, when I was in high school, I got to see him live before he passed, just a couple months before. It was at, where was it? Well, it was in the city, obviously, but, oh man, Webster Hall. And he did a cover of Blink-182, Damn It. It's so fire, bro. I don't know, man. Peep's music resonates with me more. I'm not saying he's better than Thug. I still got to get to that new, what's it called? You Scotty or something? That new Thug album that dropped. I saw the deluxe just came out the other day. I got to listen to that. Ninja goes crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna take Peep on this one. Sorry. Savage versus Blueface. This is also going to be sacrilegious, but I don't even have to think about it. As a consumer of hip-hop, I have enjoyed Blueface more. I get more entertainment value. So Blueface. This is messed up. I love A Boogie, but it's Uzi. Not even close, bro. There was a time it was probably close, but man, Uzi. So good. So good. Denzel versus Dirk. This one's not remotely close, and I actually mean that. This is Denzel. Nav, Pop Smoke. I'm pissing people off right now. I know that for a fact. But I'm taking Nav. I really love Nav's music. If it's not for you, I get it. It's just, he has such a great understanding of aesthetic, bro. Like, I don't want to sound lame, but he creates an atmosphere unlike anybody else. Travis Scott versus Little TJ. Did I say Travis Scott? Oh my god, bro. ASAP Rocky. No. It's like the memes, bro. Is it ASAP Rocky or Travis Scott? I suckered myself, but the thing is, I do these one take. I'm not gonna clip that. ASAP Rocky. That's so funny, bro. Trippie Redd versus Lil Yachty. This one's trippy for me. Love Trippie. Peep or Blueface. No contest. Uzi versus Denzel. Ooh. Man. Got me doing this in like 2017, 2018. I'd probably say Denzel. But now it's just, dude, it's Uzi, bro. His body of work, and this is going to sound crazy because Denzel has one of the best discographies in modern hip-hop. But for me, what I go back to, what I listen to the most, I'm always throwing on Uzi. I can listen to Uzi whenever, wherever, and enjoy it, sing every word to it. Nav versus ASAP Rocky. Not tripping again. But, whew, I'm about to catch some real flack. Because I'm going to pick Nav. Because I listen to Nav more. Do you guys want me to be honest? If you wanted me to do a bracket, who's the objectively better rapper? Read a Pitchfork list. Well, we actually just reviewed a Pitchfork list, and it was horrible. So, I take that back. Their top 100 hip-hop albums. Crazy slanderous. But if you want the internet nerd-centric opinion, just go to Reddit, alright? I'm not going to participate in that. I'm being honest to my character and my taste. And I prefer Nav, and I could get into it about why, but it probably wouldn't make sense to any of y'all. But his music speaks to me more, and it's not about what he's saying. He could be saying nothing. It's what you feel from the music. It's like a robotic winter, but it's nocturnal, and it's like a cocoon of like warmth. I don't know. That might have sounded gay, but we're just going to press on. It's Nav. Trippie Redd or Lil Peep? Ooh, this is messed up. But lately, I've probably listened to these guys about the same overall. But Trippie is so much more consistent on my playlist. And you get a bigger variety of sound. Peep is very good at what he does. And he does have a lot of sonic variety within his style. But you'd be hard-pressed to find too many, straight-up trap songs by Peep. Don't mistaken me for saying he doesn't have them, because he does. But Trippie has more stuff suited for me in a nutshell, I suppose. Uzi versus Nav. Now I'm gonna go Uzi, because these guys kind of accomplish the same thing for me, but Uzi just so much more variety. It's kind of like the Peep and Trippie thing. I think Uzi just covers more ground for me as a listener. And then we got Trippie versus Uzi. Crazy semifinals match. And I'm going to take Little Uzi Vert over Trippie Redd. He just... both of these guys are like... If I were to look at my top like top most listened to artists ever, they're probably both in my top 5. But if I had to guess, Uzi would be higher on that list. All right. Rich Brian versus Quavo. Man, Rich Brian has some dope stuff. Most of Quavo's solo stuff is pretty garbage. I mean, I will say, his first album, everybody said he had the worst debut album out of all the Migos when they went solo. I thought his first album was the best of the 3. I liked it more than the Takeoff one where he's riding on a rocket, and I did not like at all the Offset one. I'm not big on Offset. Either way, do I go Rich Brian here? Man, The Sailor. All the work he did with 88 Rising. Really dope stuff, man. Even his newer stuff coming out right now, Jumpy with Ski Mask. Gotta love it. Who am I kidding, though? I've definitely listened to way more Quavo, and that speaks for itself. So I think I'm going to go with Quavo here. YNW Melly versus Mac Miller. I listen to a lot more Melly these days, just because I'm not really looking for rap with rapping in it. Dude, give me the mumbling shit all day. That's just what I like. But I'm still going to pick Mac Miller here, because overall, way more impactful to me. I remember, like, when I was a freshman in high school, I wanted to be Mac Miller, bro. I would dress like how he used to dress in that Kids era, that Blue Slide Park era. Like, I was so into his old work. And pretty much everything he's done is dope. I mean, are we... He has a great discography. Now we got G Herbo. And who is that, bro? I don't know who you are. I actually have no idea. I'm sorry. If there was like a text with his name, I might know. Well, then I'd absolutely know, but going off the picture, I'm going G Herbo because I'm familiar with him. Rich the Kid versus Kodak. Ooh, this is close, man. Kodak has really grown on me over the years. I used to be a big hater. Same for Rich. I used to be a hater of Rich as well, but I think all the work with Rich Forever, with Famous Dex and Jay Critch, I have such a soft spot for that era. I think I'm going to go Rich the Kid here, man. Also, dude, in like 2017-18, he was killing every feature, bro. Any underground SoundCloud rapper with a hot song, Rich the Kid would hop on that remix every time. People forget about that. Lil Mosey versus Meg Thee Stallion. Yeah, I'm going with Lil Mosey. I just don't listen to Meg Thee Stallion at all. Never have. Takeoff versus Lil Skies. Takeoff just doesn't have the body of work to compete with Lil Skies at all. Like, dude, Lil Skies, his first 2 albums, pretty dope stuff, man. And so many singles that never even made it to a project that will just live forever on my playlists. This one, not even close. It's going to be Lil Skies here. Okay. We got Lil Keed versus Ian Dior here. And I don't know, Ian Dior got corny, man, real quick. His first album, what was it? He had that song with, what's his name, Brennan Jabs or something? And he had another one with PNB Rock, Romance. But besides that first mixtape or whatever, I really can't get down with any Ian Dior. I'm going low-keyed. MGK versus Don Toliver. Dude, Hardstone, Psycho, all the way. Hell no to MGK, bro. Joji versus Travis Scott. You know it's Travis here. Shout out to Joji, but I'm more of like a Filthy Frank kind of guy. You know what I mean? We got Roddy Ricch versus Amine. And the Amine album that they put on the cover of this, what's it called? 1.5 or something? That's the reason I'm going to pick him too. Because, oh man, what was that song with Gunna off that album? So good. And he had such great memorable singles. I know he dropped something with Kate Trinata like last year. I never got around to it. I wanted to. Came a long way from the Woodland Parks. Dude, Amine's got a ton of great stuff. Roddy Ricch, never been for me. Feed the Streets 2, is that the one where it's like the plate with the knives? That was good. But anything beyond that, it's too singing, too melodic, the piano beats. It's like Rod Wave core. It's what turned me off of modern hip-hop. That sound. Bring me back to SoundCloud, bro. Annalie Choppa versus JID. Annalie Choppa is kind of trash. I got respect that he still puts out hits when he drops. His longevity is very surprising. Now he's going by like NLE. What was it? NLE Messiah or something. He made that song like God's Prayers. I don't know. You got to look it up. He's probably just going to drop that because I think it flopped. But this one's pretty obvious. I'm going JID. Lil Nas X versus Juice WRLD. Galaxies apart, brother. It's Juice WRLD. Harlow versus Joey Badass. Yeah, that's Joey Badass. It's absolutely Joey Badass. Dude, Jack Harlow's first EP or mixtape. Know you've been waiting on me, I'm out front. That was dope, bro. Hey Big Head. Oh man, there was another one that was great on that mixtape. Either way, Joey Badass has genuinely dope albums front to back. All American Badass. What was the one before that? Had Christ Conscious on it. Either way, Joey for sure. Ski Mask versus Cordae. Cordae dabbled too much in the corny stuff, man. If he had just stayed like rapping dope and collaborating with the right people, I don't want to hear a song with him and NF. Come on, man. Ski Mask, easy. T Grizzly versus Isaiah Rashad. That's Isaiah Rashad, correct? Yeah, man, he's always been a little too laid back for me. I know people love Isaiah Rashad. This is if you couldn't tell, my list, or my opinions in general for that matter, very contrarian to the typical internet rap fan, but T Grizzly's got some amazing stuff. the whole robbery series, man. You could just throw that on and get lost in it. Yeah, I'm going T. Tory Lanez versus Lil Loaded. Rest in peace, Lil Loaded. Oh man, he had some songs though. Gang Unit, Avatar with King Von, bangers. But this year specifically, I always liked Tory Lanez's album, Love Me Now. Dude, this year I just have been listening to all the prison tapes, Twitch tapes. Dude, Tory Lanez, amazing. Honest to God. We're going Tory Lanez here. Quavo, Mac Miller. Doesn't even hold a candle, brother. Mac Miller. G Herbo versus Rich the Kid. Dude, G Herbo's new song went legit. I'm happy he's got a hit on the Hot 100, man. He deserves it. Been around for a long time now, bro. Back when he was Lil Herb making songs with Bibby. Classic stuff. But here's what I'll say, dude. The part of Rich the Kid, The World Is Yours, The World Is Yours Too. What was that album he did after that? It had Ray Charles. Had V12 with Post Malone on there. All the Rich Forever albums. That's for me, man. So I'm going Rich the Kid here. And I'm going to take a drink of my water bottle. Hold on 1 second. Just blew my nose. I probably should have got farther from the mic. But, whatever. Lil Mosey versus Lil Skies. Lil Skies material holds up a lot better. North Star or North Beast, whatever that first Lil Mosey album was, dope. But, yeah, I'm going back to Skies a lot more frequently. Lil Keed versus Don Toliver. I feel like this would be a lot closer if, Keed didn't unfortunately pass away. But Don, just last year, released the best album of his career. Every song on Hardstone Psycho is truly great. This isn't close. Hate to say it. Travis Scott versus Amine. This is also not close. Travis has done too much good work. It's Travis. You kidding me? Juice WRLD versus JID. Oh man, this is going to piss people off. If you haven't turned off the video yet, you're probably going to here. Because I'm going to take Juice WRLD. I just like his music more. Nothing more to be said. It's all preference. I prefer his discography. I know people say JID has a classic. I'm not as hot on... I've listened to... Well, I didn't listen to the new album that came out recently, God Likes Ugly. Never got around to that. Oh, bless me. But, yeah, I'm going with Juice WRLD here. Just in my personal taste, this is not even close. Joey Badass versus Ski Mask, the Slump God. Probably up until Ski Mask made a comeback, I probably would have gone with Joey. But dude, 11th Dimension, that's probably Ski's best album, if not Stokely. And I'm going back to those more than any Joey Badass project, at least for the time being. So I'm going Ski. Keep having to blow my nose. It's like I start recording, it's like my sickness is just peaking more and more as the day goes on. T Grizzly versus Tory Lanez. I'm going Tory Lanez, man. I think he's got a lot. He's got so much in the tank. So much material, man. So much quality material, too. I mean, he is no slouch at good hooks, strong performances, could genuinely rap his ass off, and he's not corny. Mac Miller versus Rich the Kid. Oh, man. I gotta be honest with myself. When was the last time I really had a Mac Miller phase? Probably like 2020, 2019. When was the last time I had a Rich the Kid phase? Every 6 months since like 2017. I listen to Rich the Kid a lot more. Don Toliver versus Little Skies, man. Donnie has leaped over the sky. Yeah, Hardstone Psycho really puts him above a lot of these guys from this era at this point. Juice WRLD versus Travis Scott. This might be the hardest matchup of the entire bracket. Oh, man. Travis was so transformative to me. Jack Boys 2 sucked, though. God damn, that shit sucked. In 2025, specifically, Juice might be my front runner for most listened to rapper of the year. Probably not artist. Had a whole metal phase for the first half of the year. Maybe I'll do some metal brackets. But I think I'm going to go Juice. It's just more personable. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's more me to go Juice WRLD, and both of these guys are probably in my top 10 most listened to artists ever. Travis might even be higher on that list. Ugh. Man. I'm going with my gut. If I made this video tomorrow, I might pick Travis Scott. But right now, I'm going to pick Juice. Ski Mask versus Tory. As much as I've grown to love Tory throughout this year, Ski has always been somebody I've enjoyed. So I'm going Ski Mask. Rich versus Don. Oh, man, these matchups are getting pretty hard. Rich the Kid versus Don Toliver. Ah, man. Man, there's so much left to get from Don Toliver, and he never misses. Talk about, like, consistency. Even still, I don't think he's... wait a second. You know what? Okay, I am going to stick to my guns. I will go Rich the Kid just because a larger abundance of content that I've enjoyed over the years. Going Rich the Kid. Juice World versus Ski Mask. Ooh. Love these guys. But man, if Ski Mask is Scottie Pippen, then you know Juice is MJ. You know what I mean? I'm going Juice. Now, Juice versus Rich the Kid. This isn't close. It's Juice World. I feel like the true semifinal match on this side of the bracket would have been Juice WRLD versus Travis Scott. But we didn't get that. Now, the finals. Lil Uzi versus Juice WRLD. You know, I don't even have to think about it too much. I'm picking Lil Uzi Vert. His music just, it's done more for me in the grand scheme of time as me being a music listener. So let's look. We have the final four. We got Trippie Redd, Rich the Kid, Juice WRLD, and Lil Uzi Vert number one. And yeah, man, I'm looking at the bracket. Yeah. There's an alternative universe where I pick Juice WRLD, I pick Travis Scott, I pick Trippie Redd, but right now, I'm feeling Uzi. Heck, there's an alternative universe where Playboi Carti wins this bracket. But right now, as of 2025, recording this in October, this is how I'm feeling. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Even if it's harsh, I can take it. And thank you for watching, you know. Recording a lot of videos under the weather because I'm off of work right now because I don't want to get my office as terribly sick as I am. So yeah, recorded this, just did the Raw review, did my Crown Jewel predictions. Yeah, I'll probably upload this later in the week. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you want to do this bracket yourself, go to Bracket Fights, make a video, send it to me, link it in the comments. I'll check it out. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.